Well, excellent. Welcome, everyone. My name is Jeremy. I'm with Made Management. I know that some of you have already met me, and I have not met everyone on here. So it's good to see everybody today. It is Saturday afternoon for myself, but good morning to those of you joining from different parts of the world in Australia, and good afternoon to those who are joining me on my half of the world. So I'm excited to be here. I hope you guys are excited. We have some good things prepared for you guys today. So we're going to be taking down some notes. Just a couple of things. I do have a guest that's with us today, and he's going to be teaching you guys we're going to solve all the world's problems here today. So I hope you guys are prepared for that. Um, get ready, buckle up. We only have an hour to solve world problems, but we'll figure it out. Uh, but as we're here, if you guys don't mind signing in to your screen, your performer name on your screen, uh, I know that most of you looks like you have already. So if you don't mind doing that for us, just in case we call on you or you have a question, we can call on you by your name. And then if you're possible, we would love to have you guys on camera during the whole session so that we could see your beautiful smiling faces, right? We like to know who we're talking to today. So if possible, I know some of you might be driving or running somewhere, so please don't come on camera if you're driving. But other than that, I'm going to hand it off to my coach for this first session. He is joining us from Los Angeles, California today. So let's give him all a round of snaps here. And I'm going to let him introduce himself to you guys. He can do a better job than I can. So the floor is yours, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Oh, you're on mute still. There
There we
we
go. Yep,
go.
of course, the classic unmute. Thanks so much, Jeremy. Hi, everyone. My name is Walid Chaya. Again, it's Walid, like Wally with the D. I am a director and actor based in Los Angeles. I also am the owner of the acting Studio for Performing Arts LA. Just by a raise of hands, are you in LA? Let me see a raise of hands. I know we're all over. Just a couple people. Okay, I know a lot of us are international too. I'm going to get to know you all in a moment when we dive in. But just to tell you a little bit more about me, grew up as a theater boy, into a filmmaker, worked 7, 8 years in New York before moving to LA, directing and acting on Broadway, off-Broadway shows, and some film TV. Some of my favorite performances as an actor. If you watch Blacklist, I'm in Blacklist Redemption. If you watch Madam Secretary, I'm in a season of that as well. And a couple other films. And then as a director, I write my own material. I'm currently in development for a new film called Crazy Rich Arabs. You can imagine what that's about. And that's a feature film. So with that in mind, when I'm not doing all that stuff, like any actor, director, we're all trying to stay in the business. I've had the privilege to coach actors. It's actually one of my favorite things to do. And I was so excited to get to connect with Jeremy today. But I actually got introduced to your group through Gerard. And you guys know Gerard, good friend of mine as well. And I've known him for several years in LA. Through showcases and meeting actors that I've coached through the years and seeing, also the work that you guys do on the other end. So I'm just thrilled to be here to see you work. This is one of the most fun things for me is to work with actors young and in between and young at heart. There's no old, you guys. That's just the time thing. Everyone's spirit is what's most important. And I can't wait to see what you guys bring. So that's who I am. I'll tell you at the end a little bit more about how to connect with me if you have questions. And I want to dive right into the lesson so we don't waste any time. We're going to be understanding genres today and learning film TV styles. I'm going to give you certain tips and tricks on how to really hit the genre on the head. So if you're auditioning for a comedy, you'll know how to approach the script with the comedy in mind. If you're auditioning or acting in a drama, you're going to know some things to pull out of your hat so that your dramatics are fabulous. If you're auditioning for sci-fi or action, it's also going to be different. How will these genres be different? As you know, when you watch TV, comedy might be a little faster, drama might be a little slower, drama's a bit sadder, but hey, people can be sad in a comedy and it can be funny too. So we're going to really nail today what the similarities and differences are between each genre, what makes each genre unique from some of the most popular ones. There's many, you guys, and then there's subgenres, okay? And let's just start with what we've all discussed. I heard a lot of comedy. I heard drama, I heard sci-fi, I heard fantasy, and last but not least, I heard what was one more? There was one more, but we listed about four or five. I think that's very good. There's still a couple more. And today we're going to review some of the most popular genres, all right? And then do short script readings for examples. So, what I'm going to do right now is I'm dropping a film and TV styles tips document into the chat. So I would like you each to open it and download it. You're going to need to use this document for reference today. It'll arrive in just 5 seconds. Four, three, coming, two, all right, one. Just give it a second. It should appear in your chat on your end. And then you guys, there it is. You should be able to download that. So we're going to open that. In the meantime, I'm going to also be using a slideshow today to just go through a couple different things, okay? And we're going to work together. So let's begin. All right, so we're looking at film and TV tips as you see on screen. One sec. All right. So we're going to start with our first genre. We're going to start with sitcom. All right. Sitcom is a very specific type of comedy. If you're a kid and you're on here, sitcom is what you will most likely work in beginning. Why? Almost all Disney Channel and Nickelodeon shows are sitcoms. All right. Sitcom is in a genre of comedy. Why? Because what makes it unique is that a sitcom usually has multiple cameras and it's called a multicam sitcom. Or it might be a comedy with just one camera and then it's a single cam sitcom. If you have multiple cameras, you're playing out with bigger energy to all cameras. If there's only one camera, you're focused on, channeling your energy towards a single camera. So it's just a different kind of medium. So think about that. Some people like to think multicam sitcoms closer to theater, especially because there's a laugh track and audience track involved when it comes to sitcoms. So looking at this, a typical length of a sitcom is 22 minutes. That's why they're 30 with commercials. They're fast-paced and punchy. Punchy is like when you're telling a joke. If you're a comedian and you hear a comedian tell a joke, when they end a joke, they end with a punch. And I said, "What do you mean?" Ba-dum-tsh. Think of drums, ba-dum-tsh, going off. They don't go, and I said, "What do you mean?" No, they punch the end of a joke, these comedians. So in comedy for sitcoms, there's a lot of attitude, there's a lot of personality. It's fast paced, it's punchy. The characters are quirky, they're unique. And then what makes a sitcom most unique is there's audience reaction cues, such as laughter. We hear ah moments, and often timing is key to delivery. Okay, so we're going to do an example now of a sitcom, and I'm going to need some volunteers to play some parts, all right, in this first example. If you're not chosen to volunteer, please just read along. Please feel free to take notes. It's going to be just as helpful. You're looking at this. We're going to go ahead and go to the sitcom. And we're going to need four different performers for this: Mom, Dad, Lexi, and Noah. All right. And this is in the morning kitchen. So if you're interested in reading, yes, you can use the raise hand feature. Ada, let's have you play. Let's have you unmute. We'll have you play. How old are you, Ada? Tell me.
13.
13. So let's have you play Lexi. All
Okay.
right. Do I have any more volunteers? I'm looking at this list here, making my screen bigger. Okay, I'm just gonna assign it random, you guys. Okay. So Devin, let's have you play dad. Let's see. I'm looking at the screen. Bear with me. Um, I'm not gonna say this right. I want you to tell me your name again, but Antonasia, something like that. Tell me your name again. I want you to read mom. And then let's see, let me have someone else. Trinity, let's have you read Noah. So those four people, make sure you're unmuted. One, two, let's see, three, and then there you are, Trinity, four. Perfect. Do you guys all see your lines?
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Um, Now I want everyone even if you're on mute, I want you all to when you see in parentheses in the script, it says audience laughs, audience this or audience that. I want you guys to do that. Okay. I want you to be the audience. All right. So just a sec. All right. So I'm going to unmute just a couple people. Robert, unmute yourself. Christian, unmute yourself, and let's have Peyton unmute yourself. So these three people, I want you to be my designated on-camera audience. You three are going to be the laugh track, the awe track. Everyone else is going to do it, but I'm not going to unmute everyone right now. Everyone that's on mute, you should still practice and follow along as the audience. So we're in the kitchen in the morning. Let's go ahead and kick off the scene, starting with Lexi in 3, 2, 1.
Mom, no one put gummy worms in the pancake batter again.
It's called creative cooking. You should try it. Your toast is a disaster.
Honestly, it's not bad. I'd order this in a weird diner.
Happy birthday to me. I asked for peace and I got worm cakes. Hey, I'm just grateful for my kids are thoughtful.
Aww.
You said you wanted something sweet and surprising. Boom, nailed it.
The surprise is that I'm never eating breakfast again.
At least he didn't add ketchup to the batter. It made it taste like spoiled milk.
Yeah.
Hey chefs, can someone clean the stovetop before it mutates?
I've already named the pancake blob Steve.
Steve's attacking the spatula. Save yourselves.
Steve's delicious.
Next year, I'm asking for cereal.
Okay, good. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't hear the backtrack. Robert, Christian, Peyton, I need you guys to be a little louder on these tracks. I feel like I'm only hearing myself. You guys, let's talk about this really quick. So, in a sitcom, when there's a laugh track, especially in a multicam sitcom, it's usually because there's a live studio audience. So you have to pause where there's a laughter happening or any sort of audience reaction, a groan, an awe, a grunt. So as the actor, you're holding during that. You're holding in character and you're keeping the connection with the other actors. And then once the laughter or the groan is over, you pick up on the next line. So actors, you did a good job with that. I felt like you waited for after that. But what I want to see is I want to see the facial expression on your face, actors, remain consistent until the next beat. Don't drop out of character just because there's a laugh track. Okay, so stay in the moment, but just take a brief pause, while the audience react and then pick up the next line. All right, that's the first thing that makes sitcoms interesting. You want to play out and use what the audience is plugged into to elevate your scene. Let's go back to those 22 minutes. It's fast-paced and punchy. What we just did was, I'd say, medium paced. You guys, it needs to be fast-paced. It doesn't mean we don't understand your words. It means you just have more energy, you speak a little quicker, and you continue to enunciate. Punchy, it means that there's more energy behind all of your words, so the words really punch. If it's not punchy, it's more drama. You kind of pull back. So I want you to really enunciate and hit every word. And then emphasis on attitude and personality. I don't know what these characters are. We just made them up. But I need you to pick, what is their personality? What is their attitude? Do they love breakfast? Do they hate it? Maybe, for example, Noah's super silly. Noah puts something in the pancakes. I want to see someone super silly from the beginning, doing faces and funny gestures. Lexi's this teen that's like over it. I want to see the annoyed teen, the eye rolls. Okay, dad is a silly, goofy dad. Let me see that more in the gestures, him listening to his kids, laughing when they make a joke, saying he's gonna eat the blob, and Steve, and maybe do a funny voice with the word Steve. And then mom Mom, is kind of right in the middle. She's a realist. But she's grateful for her kids. And next year she makes a funny joke. She's asking for cereal. So the young lady that played mom, I need a lot more energy from you. You were very quiet, I thought, for a comedy. So more energy. And again, everyone needs to punch the lines. What that means again is just emphasize the words more and use more diction with your mouth so the words stand out more. Okay? So don't swallow your words, don't speak in the back of your mouth. Push it forward, push it to the front. Let me hear all the vowels, the syllables, the consonants, and let me see each of your characters' attitudes, whether they're happy, they're annoyed, they're goofy. We just talked about each character specifically. We're going to do it again from the top. Same people, same characters. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, I think I need to unmute you guys. Hold on a second. Something must have happened. One sec. Okay, if you're a performer, go ahead and unmute yourself. If you're in this scene, sorry about that. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay, and get from the top in 3, 2, 1.
Mom, Noah,
Hold. High energy, loud, big. Mom, that's super slow and super low, especially for a comedy sitcom. Try it again. Pick up the pace. You have to do it quicker and still have an attitude. I believe in you. You can do it. 3, 2, 1.
Mom, Noah put gummy worms in the pancake batter again.
It's called creative cooking. You should try it. Your toast is a disaster.
Honestly, it's not so bad. I'd order that in a weird diner.
Happy birthday to me. I asked for peace and you got worm cakes. Hey, I'm just grateful my kids are thoughtful.
Oh.
You said you wanted something sweet and surprising. Boom, nailed it.
The surprise is that I'm never eating breakfast again.
At least he didn't add ketchup to the batter. It made it taste like spoiled milk.
Ugh.
Okay, chefs, can someone clean the stovetop before it mutates?
I've already named the pancake blob, Steve.
Steve's attacking the spatula. Save yourselves.
Steve's delicious.
Make sure I'm asked for cereal.
Good cut. Much better second take. Some of you were slowing down the line still. Some of you are a little too fast, like mom and sorry, excuse me. Dad and Lexi, you can pick up the pace a little bit still. All right. Mom, you're going a little too fast. You're not respecting the commas. So we need to make sure there's little beats or moments between your lines, just to give you a little more acting feedback. But you guys, generally speaking, the purpose of this exercise in this moment, round of applause to our volunteers. Thank you so much for reading Scene 1 sitcom, is to understand these general tips. So off the bat, you're doing a sitcom. You're going to pick up the pace, start with high energy. I love the second take of the character Lexi when you picked it up. Oh, mom, no, I put gummy worms in the cake batter, and you emphasize the word again, because it's happened before and you're overly frustrated. You started with more energy than the first time as a drama. That's the idea of a sitcom. Okay, you guys were punchier. I definitely saw attitude from a lot of you, and you guys paused and respected the moments when there was an audience track with cues of laughter, awe moments, and so on. And if you're doing this for an audition, especially a self-tape, let's say your manager sends you an audition for a Disney Nick show, or for, there's plenty of sitcoms for adults, from grown-ups to many, many more. So with that in mind, you're taping in your self-tape, you guys. And it's just you and there's no audience there. Have your reader do the laugh, okay? Have them laugh, have them groan, and pause and play to it. And make sure you know if it's single camera or if it's multi-camera, because your energy will have to be different if there's 3 cameras or if there's just one. because that is very common in comedy for there to be a multi-camera. All right. So that's the first most important thing with sitcoms. We've nailed sitcoms. We're going to move on now to soap operas. The typical length in soap operas is 44 minutes. The typical length in soap operas is 44 minutes. It's an hour with commercials. Soap operas are extremely fast-paced, often with characters interrupting each other. And the characters are constantly trying to outdo each other, them believing their crisis is paramount. So I don't know if any of you have friends that are one-uppers, if you know what a one-upper is. If you say, oh, I bought new shoes, well, I also bought new shoes. Well, I'm going swimming today. Well, I'm going swimming and my pool's bigger. That's a one-upper, right? That's exactly what characters in a soap opera are. Why? Because that's the best and quickest way to raise the stakes. If you hear that in acting class, raise the stakes, bring the intensity, what really matters in the scene, bring it to the front. You know, these are all different ways to say it. Well, for soap operas, they're fighting because they believe their crisis is paramount. They're one-upping each other. So we're going to do a scene now for a soap opera. This has three characters, Olivia, Marco, and Bianca, and we're going to read that together. I'm going to assign characters, so just bear with me. If you're not performing, please mute yourself now if you just performed. I'm saying your name wrong, Anike, and you told me it already, but come back on and tell me how to say it right. Let's have you read Olivia. How do you say your name?
It's Annika.
Annika, thank you. Yep, I asked because I care and I want to know. Let's see. Margot, can you read Bianca?
Yes.
And Matthew, can you read Marco?
I can, but I'm not able to see the off my camera to read it.
Okay, so let's have someone else do it then so they can watch. Bear with me, I'm looking on screen. Christian, did you perform in the last one? Just give me a thumbs up or down. All right.
Yes, I read in what character, sorry?
Okay. So let's have John do it. No worries, Christian. John, will you read Marco?
Marco, sure.
Okay, we're gonna do a quick read. Here we go, guys. So just three people on this one. All right, starting with Olivia. Remember, keep the pace extremely fast, often interrupting each other, and you're trying to one-up each other. Whatever you're talking about is more important than the next person. 3, 2, 1.
You knew he was my brother, and you still kissed him?
I thought he was your cousin. No one tells me anything in this family.
Don't act like the victim here, Bianca.
I'm not, but maybe I'm not the only one keeping secrets.
Enough. He's in surgery now. Can you not implode while the doctors literally rebuilt the spine?
I'm not waiting around for another betrayal.
Then leave, like you always do.
You don't get to rewrite history just because you're scared.
You both need to cool down.
I need the truth from both of you.
Fine. When he wakes up, I'm telling him everything.
Then he better hope he survives.
Okay, guys, good. That was a good first read. We're going to do a very, very simple, small adjustment. What I want you to do most simply is step on each other's lines. So before the person speaking before you is finished with their sentence, right as they're hitting the last word, I want you to begin your next line. It's like hot potato in a soap opera. Why? Because they care so much. The stakes are raised so high. The intensity is so there that the words have got to come out. They can't wait. All right. It's still dramatic, but it's different than a drama. Drama's paced a little slower. And a soap, it's so cheesy because it is over the top. And you know, they can't wait again. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to cut each other off for every single line. And one more challenge. Try to make each line that you say sound different. If you were up here for one, Maybe you talk a little more direct for the other or a little more mocking for another. Try to color your lines, make them sound different. They can all be intense and dramatic, but we don't want every line to sound the same either. So that's something else I want my actors to do right now. But most importantly, actors, I want you to cut each other off. I want you to step on their toes and take your cue immediately. We call this following the first impulse. The first impulse to speak, you're going to take it. You're going to think about. Okay? We'll start in 3, 2, 1.
You knew he was my brother, and you still kissed him?
I thought he was your cousin. No one told me anything
Hold,
in this
hold, hold,
family.
hold, 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 hold. Margot, you're late. Margot,
I
you're
know,
late.
I'm
You
sorry.
understand the assignment? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Olivia, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You knew he
What
was my brother,
happened?
and you still kissed him?
Okay, Olivia, are you ready? Let's start. We all need to start on 1. Action. Are you ready, Olivia?
I can't remember.
Olivia, are you ready? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Olivia. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You knew he was my brother, and you still kissed
I
him?
thought he was your cousin. No one told me anything in this family.
Don't act like the victim here, Bianca.
I'm not, but maybe I'm not the only one keeping secrets.
Enough. He's in surgery right now. Can you explode? The doctor's literally rebuilt his spine.
I'm not waiting around for another.
Then leave, like you always do.
You don't get to rewrite history just because you're
Hold,
scared.
hold. You're not jumping over her line. You keep waiting for her to finish. So, Margot's been the only one doing it, and so did John a bit. But my other young lady, I don't see names fully right now. You need to cut her off, okay? So you need to speak much sooner. So let's take it from the top. 3, 2, 1.
You knew he was my brother, and you still kissed him?
I thought he was your cousin. No one told me anything in this family.
Don't act like the victim.
You're late. You're
I'm
late.
not,
You're
but
late. You're
maybe
late. Hold. You see, you were late. Don't act like the victim here. You should have said that before she said the word family. You can't wait. Do you understand? Yes? Okay, from the top. You got this. We're gonna nail it. 3, 2, 1.
You knew he was my brother, and you still kissed him?
I thought he was your cousin. No one told me anything in this family.
Don't act like the victim
I'm
here.
not, but maybe I'm not the only one keeping secrets.
Enough. He's in surgery right now. Can you not explode while the doctor literally rebuilds his spine?
I'm not waiting around for another betrayal.
Then leave, like you always do.
You don't get to rewrite history just because you're scared.
You both need to cool down.
I need the truth from both of you.
Fine. When he wakes up, I'm telling him everything.
And then you better hope he survives.
Good. This group, you guys have got to be honest, you get like a 50-60% on this. It wasn't 100. I don't know if it's because it's on Zoom, but the assignment is to overlap each other and cut each other off. If I hear a full sentence come to an end and then someone else starts speaking, you're still late. You didn't do it. Cut them off. We don't need to hear the end of their line. We're going to do this one last time. Here we go. We're going to share the screen again. 3, 2, 1.
You knew he was my brother, and you still kissed him?
I thought he was your cousin. No one told me anything in this
Don't
family.
act like the victim here, Bianca.
I'm not, but maybe I'm not the only one keeping secrets.
Enough. He's in surgery right
Okay,
now.
hold. So all of you are late, just for the record. Okay. I heard the word family, and then Olivia character, you said don't act. Just before, to really get this exercise, please feel free to cut them off even sooner. I'm giving you permission. Don't let them finish their line because you're not, it's not happening correctly. We should hear overlapping on top of the lines. That's what an interruption is. It's a staged interruption, and it's very common in soap operas. It's taking the first impulse. That's why the dialogue is so quick back and forth, different than in a sitcom or comedy or a drama. So again, don't let them finish the line. Whatever you do, don't let them get to the last word. Even if you come in early, I'd rather you do that. And this should move quickly. 3, 2, 1, action.
You knew he was my brother, and you still kissed him?
I thought he was your
Hold,
cousin. No one tells me.
no, she got to the last line. She said him, and you still hadn't spoken. I don't care if you come in on the word brother. Come in early, please. 3, 2, 1.
You knew he was my brother, and you
I thought
still.
he was your cousin. No one tells me anything in this
Don't act
family.
like the victim here,
I'm
Bianca.
not, but maybe I'm not the only one keeping
Enough. He's in
secrets.
surgery right now. Can't you blow to the doctor literally for his spine?
I'm not waiting around for another.
Then leave, like you always do.
You don't get to rewrite history just because you're scared.
You both need to cool down.
I need the truth from both of you.
Fine. When he wakes up, I'm telling him everything.
Then you better. Where'd it go?
Good. Good.
It disappeared.
Improved. Now, John, you're speaking way too fast. You're coming in at the right time, John. You did a really good job with coming in earlier, but you're going really, really way too fast. I still need to, hear the words and the lines. Just take your
I
time.
had surgery yesterday, so my throat's sore. So
Okay, well, okay, good to know. Hope you're feeling better. But still, slow it down, right? My young ladies, the first half was better than the second half. You again slowed down at the end. So, but that's the idea, guys. I think you get the exercise. We'll move on to the next one. You guys did a nice job in figuring out the difference. One thing I did notice is I have Margot and it was, what's your name, darling? My other girl who was performing. Where are you? Say your name again. Your name, please.
Annika?
Annika, thank you. Annika, she cut you off, but you stopped saying your line. You got to finish the line. You get what I'm saying? So you said you knew he was my brother and she cut you off, but you need to finish the sentence and you still kissed him, even if she's talking already. You get what I'm saying? I know it's hard, you guys, but that's the trick. And if you didn't have a chance to perform it today, I want you to practice these on your own. It's a choreographed timing of jumping on the other person's line. It's a staged interruption, and it is the essence of a soap opera because the stakes are raised so high. They want what they want so bad. That's what makes it soapy and cheesy, that they'll really go to whatever cost it takes. Okay, nice job, Group 2 soap opera. I know it's a hard one. I know it's hard even more on Zoom, but you guys did it. So great job with soap opera. All right, we're going to move on to family drama. Drama, family drama is similar to drama. Dramas have many categories. Family drama literally is what it sounds like. It's about scenarios relating to the family. It's about matters that happen under a roof in a home. It's less based on like business and procedural. It's more about common everyday relationships with brothers and sisters and moms and sons and daughters. It's about regular life moments like school and prom and work and home. That's what a family drama is. It's a drama about things with the family. Okay. It's 44 minutes normally. It's moderate to slow pacing. Sometimes we pick it up, but generally speaking, it fizzles and it's nice and slow. Like any drama, we have high stakes. They're often life or death situations with little positive resolution until the end. Okay, so in a drama, the good news usually comes right before or during the final act. The final act means the final moment, and then it plays out. Drama is built on contrast, intense emotional highs and lows. So the only way to really create drama is to create contrast. So if you're happy in one moment and then something happens and then you're upset, it'll be easier for the audience to see because happy and upset are very different. While if you're kind of just like chilling and neutral and then something dramatic happens and you're affected but not so much, there's not that much range. We need more contrast. Just like when you're editing a picture, you raise the contrast, it makes the black and white colors really stand out from each other. It's the same thing in your acting. We want to see the different shades and tones and colors stand out from each other. The contrast of that creates drama, okay? So we're going to talk about all this in a second. We're going to do an example of it in a scene. We have three characters here, Dad, Mia, and Teen, okay? Let's see. Peyton, let's have you play the teen. Raven, let's have you play Grams. And looking at the screen. One sec. Audrey, I see your hand is raised, but you're too young for this role. I'm gonna mess up your name. Forgive me. You told me it already. And tell me when you come back. Suslendi, come on and play dad. We can just call dad mom. Tell me your name again.
Sesland.
Susland. Play the character as mom, even though it says dad. So
Okay.
you'll read the dad part. We got a Mia, we got a Grams. Okay, so we have our three people. We're gonna do a family drama now. Okay. All right, team. 3, 2, 1.
We're really leaving this place, even the treehouse.
I know it hurts, but it's time to go where we can take better care of Grams.
That treehouse gave me splinters in '89. I'm not sad to say goodbye.
I am. It's where I told stories to Mom.
I remember. She sit on the bottom step just to hear you talk.
And once you made us all crowns out of duct tape.
That's where everything still felt safe.
Change is hard, honey, but we carry the good with us.
What if I forget the way it smelled in the summer?
Then you make a new memories that smell just as sweet.
I'll help pack the last box.
Together, okay?
Okay, nice. So you guys, off the bat, that was way too fast, actually. It has to go slow. Because if it feels a little cheesy and moving quick, because it's a little bit sappy, sentimental, the easiest way to lessen the cheese factor is to slow it down. Then it sounds more thoughtful, like you're thinking about it. And so from the top, my actress playing Mia, we're leaving this place, even the treehouse. I want you, Peyton, I want you to look around. We're leaving this place, huh? Maybe put a hand on your heart. See the treehouse. Oh, even the treehouse. I mean, you can really slow it down. It's a drama, a family drama. Make it dramatic. I'm not saying you have to go, oh, we're leaving this place. No, that's too much for the top of the scene, right? But it needs to be dramatic a little bit. So, Peyton, slow it down from the beginning, my dear. And let me see you look around slow. And then after the first line, let me see you see the treehouse, okay? And then, Mom, I need to get your name. Say it again.
You can say Sus for short. Sus, S-U-S.
Sus, great. I'm a phonetic person. If I see it spelled out a certain way, my brain is just gonna go to it.
Yeah.
So it's my like dyslexia / phonetics. Sus, I got you. Sus, as the mom, even the treehouse to supportive, nodding, sweet mom voice supporting, calm, slow. And again, everyone much more emotional. It's a drama. Drama doesn't mean dramatic. Drama just means emotional, you guys. Because a drama can be really happy. The character might have beat cancer, but it's a drama about how they changed their life, and it might be a happy ending. So it doesn't always mean drama, for example, it just means emotional. So mom, I know it hurts, emotional. If you know, then let me see it affect you how it hurts. Like I know it hurts, but we gotta go. Let me just see you slow it down, maybe put a hand on your heart. In Grams, I thought you actually delivered the first line funny. The treehouse gave me splinters. I'm not about to say goodbye. That was funny. And then when you get back to the next line, Grams, and once you made us crowns out of duct tape, I want you all to laugh after that. Laugh. Why? Because oh, yeah, you're thinking about that nice moment. You don't even have to laugh out loud, but you can even laugh to yourself like, ha, that was fun, the duct tape. I'm giving you this note to slow you down. We got to slow this down. All right, because it's a drama and live in the moments. So let's do all these notes. The notes are slowing down. Notes are, are seeing the place around you. The notes are being more emotional, a hand on the heart. And let's see if it makes the family drama come to life a little more. 3, 2, 1, action.
We're really leaving this place? Even the treehouse?
Hold. Peyton, what happened?
What?
What's the note, Peyton? You tell me, my dear. What's the note? What's the goal for the first line?
Look around. Slow down.
And what's the pace?
Slow down.
You said we're really leaving this place? Oh my gosh, that's so fast. Look at it and be sad and say it like I want it to take you 20 seconds to say. Here you go. 3, 2, 1.
We're really leaving this place? Even the treehouse?
I know.
Hold, hold,
It
hold,
hurts.
hold, almost.
But it's time
Peyton,
to go
how
and we
can
can
you
take
slow
better.
it down more? What can you do? Sus. Peyton, I want you to pause between the first line and second line so you see the treehouse. Now, you see the treehouse, and then what happens?
I talk.
No, that's not what happens. What happens? What happens when the character of Mia sees the treehouse? Anybody?
Shot a little bit.
Yes, it makes her sad a little bit. Yes, exactly. So Peyton, when you see the treehouse, I need to see you get sad. You guys, acting is not about the words. I want to see you act today. So look at the treehouse and get sad. Maybe you take a deep breath. Maybe you cross your arms. Maybe you shake your head. Maybe you put a hand on your heart. Maybe you wipe a little tear from the edge of your eye. Maybe you just take in a big breath. I don't care. Those are 7 ideas I just made up on the spot, but you have to do something. It makes you sad. And then after you're sad, you slowly say, even the treehouse? And then mom responds.
Okay.
We have to kick the scene off with the genre really strong in order to stay in the genre. The opening, you have the most pressure because you're leading us into the genre. You got this, Peyton. From the top. 3, 2.
We're really leaving this place? Even the treehouse?
I know. It hurts. But it's time to go where we can take better care of Grams.
That treehouse gave me splinters in '89. I'm not sad to say goodbye.
I am. It's where I told stories to Mom.
I remember. She'll sit on the bottom step just to hear you talk.
And once you made us all crowns out of duct tape.
That's where everything felt safe.
Change is hard, honey, but we carry the good with us.
What if I forget the way it smelled in summer?
Then
Hold. So they say we carry the good with us. Peyton, before you say, what if I forget the way it smelled in the summer? That's such a random line. So what happens after mom says change is good with us that makes you want to say that? And you can pay, and there's no wrong answer in acting. You get to make it up. So that's the fun part.
I don't really know.
Okay, well, you look around and you think you're gonna miss summer. And then you say, what if I forget the way it smelled? That's all. It's a simple answer. Before you speak, there's always action. That's the answer. Before you say any line, you have to do action. Lights, camera. Come on, Payne, what is it?
Action.
Yes. Yes. It's not lights, camera, lines. Okay, so great job, guys. We're going to move on from this genre. Round of applause. I want to just make sure everyone sees that it was definitely a nice transformation when you guys paused more. It's hard to pause. The one for soap operas, I'm telling you to hurry up. And this one, I'm telling you to slow down. If you have a period, you really need to take your time with the period, okay? All right, guys. Okay, we're going to go on to the next one. The next one is police drama. And let me check something, 1 sec. Jeremy, are we at a 4 o'clock sharp cutoff today?
No, you have a few minutes. It's fine. I have the next, so I'll let you use some of my time.
Okay, yes, we have 2 more. We're almost done.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, great. Police drama, you guys. Episodic, 44 minutes, medium pacing, straightforward, factual dialogue style delivery. Just the facts. What's that mean? Just the facts. If you say something like, the sky is blue, this wall here is white, my bracelet's black, my shirt's black, this color is gold. Those are just the facts. The way I'm saying it, it's the facts. I'm not going, the sky is blue. My shirt is black. No, there's nothing being made up, just the facts. This is an iPhone. This is a crown. This is a tube. This is a camera. All the random things on my desk. Just the facts. When we get into procedurals, normally speaking, the detectives and the characters responding, for the most part, speak in just the facts. They throw it away. Why? Because the detectives are usually saying a lot of information, the date, the time of the crime, so much random stuff that if they added so much emotion to it, it kind of sounds a little crazy talk because no one really talks like that. It's business, it's a procedure, it's something they have to get done. So we're going to say it like it's just the fact, we're going to throw it away. And that's where the next note is often a throwaway tone, underplaying drama to keep the focus on the investigation. Again, you guys, if these officers, these detectives got so emotional, where were you at 2:20 p.m.? Where were you? That's they're not professional. They have to focus on the investigation. Where were you last Monday at 2:20 p.m.? The sky is blue. This is a desk. It's just the facts. That's the voice of a detective. That's how they come off confident. Remember, they ask questions daily. This is how they do their job. That's the character. So information and questions based on the case are going to come off very confidently and very much as if they're reading, more or less, even though they're not reading, they're talking to you. Okay, so we're gonna do an example of that now. Robert, have you had a chance to read? Okay, Robert, let's have you read Officer Chen. Alex, let's have you read Detective Laura. Wait, Alex, I can't see who Alex is. I saw Alex's mom, I think. Alex, you're too young to be Detective Laura. So, Alex, read Jaden. Read Jaden. Jesse, let's see. Actually, I only have Jesse, read Taylor. And one more character, Detective Laura. I need a female. Jasmine, have you performed yet?
No.
I can do it.
Jasmine, let's have you do Detective Laura.
Okay.
Okay, so I want you guys to throw away the lines, like throw it away. This is a red desk. The sky is blue. Today is Saturday. This is the voice. It's just the fact. Don't add too much drama to it. Say it as if it's a fact. Why? Because you do this job every day. So all these crazy words and dates and times should not sound too over emotional. Let's give it a shot and then we'll do feedback and go from there. I'm going to do a screen share and we'll start. Just 1 second. 3, 2, 1.
In a row of grey lockers, double stacked, we discovered locker 17, who opened it yesterday.
I don't know whose locker that is.
That's not what our surveillance shows. You were caught on camera standing in front of it at 2:43 p.m.
Oh, we're just passing by. It's not a crime to walk.
Then explain the missing USB.
What USB?
The one containing student health files. Someone grabbed it.
You didn't take anything.
You didn't have to. You gave someone else the combo, and leaking private health documents is warrant for your arrest. So I suggest you start telling us the truth.
Start talking, or the principal won't be the one calling your parents.
Fine. It wasn't me, but I know who it was.
Good. Awesome job. You guys, that was almost there. You guys did a good job. It was almost there. Taylor and Jaden, I liked when you were like, Jaden, what USB? Or fine. It wasn't me. What I want you guys to do is have more attitude. In the beginning, hey, it's not a crime to walk, and then at the end, okay, fine. But don't confess so soon. It wasn't me. But I know who it was. Take your time. It's still drama. We have to take our time. You guys, if you see 3 dots in a script like these 3 here, okay, it means you wait even longer. A period means you wait 2 seconds at least in a drama. 3 periods means like 5 seconds. And while you're waiting, you're not just standing there waiting for your line. You're acting, it wasn't me. Then you're going to act like, oh, you're torn. You don't know if you should tell or not. And then you're like, oh, okay, but I know who it was. Okay. And during those three dots, you're trying to make the decision if you're going to tell on them or not. And you decide to be a rat. So we're going to do this from the top. Laura and Officer Chen, two different notes. For Jasmine playing Laura, I felt like you did throw it away. I felt like it was just the fact it wasn't emotionally connected. I like that. We want to emotionally connect when we're two characters with a relationship, but this is a detective who's doing a procedural job. So you're not trying to get involved emotionally, at least not yet. I like that. The only thing I want you to do, Jasmine, in this next read is pick up the pace. It needs to be a little faster.
Okay.
You can, but I want you to stop between the periods to watch them react. So after you
Okay.
say locker 17, I want you to pause after locker 17 and then look at them. And then you ask the next question.
Okay. Yeah.
Officer Chen, for example, the last line there, or I'm calling your parents, it went up. I want you to just to notice the inflection, especially just the fact there's no emotional tie, so our voice really shouldn't go up. I know I'm getting so picky, but you did such a good job that I can get picky. I want you to do what we call landing your line. Your voice should go down at the end of the line, and it shows confidence and authority as well. All right? So my two teens, I want you to be more attitude. Hey, I didn't do it. Or okay, fine. My two people interrogating, I gave you specific notes. Laura to pick up the pace and pause between periods, and Officer Chen to really land the line a little more with the ending inflection. Here we go for another read in 3, 2, 1.
In a row of grey lockers, double stacked, we discovered locker 17. Who opened it yesterday?
I don't
Okay,
know.
hold. Laura, Jasmine, excuse me, hold. Jasmine, in a row of gray lockers, double stacked, we discovered locker 17.
Okay.
You're going in a row of gray lockers. No, it's just
Yeah.
information. Give it out. In a row of gray lockers, double stacked, we discovered locker 17.
Okay.
Okay, you
Okay.
got it. You can do it from the top. 3, 2.
In a row of grey lockers, double stacked, we discovered locker 17. Who opened it yesterday?
I don't know whose locker that is.
That's not what our surveillance shows. You were caught on camera standing in front of it at 2:43 p.m.
Then explain the missing USB.
What USB?
The one containing student health files. Someone grabbed it.
We didn't take anything.
You didn't have to. You gave someone else the combo, and leaking private health documents is a warrant for your arrest. So I suggest you start telling us the truth.
Start talking, or the principal won't be the one calling your parents.
Fine. It wasn't me. But I know who it was.
Marvelous. Round of applause. Yes. And Alex, that stop with the 3 dots, but I know who it was. Lovely. Great. Everyone took the notes. You guys had a really solid first take, I actually thought. And the second take was a lot tighter. Way to go. And Jasmine, yes, you picked up the pace. I still feel like the first time you can still honor that comma. You breezed right through those 2 commas. So it's finding that middle ground where you're still doing the comma briefly, but the rest of the sentence comes right through.
Okay.
Nice note. It's hard, you guys. It's very hard. Acting is not easy. You have to make choices, and that's what makes an actor that you love good. They're so specific. They're doing something with every period, every comma, every moment they get. And it's not about when you're talking, it's about what you're doing between the words, which is with the commas and between the sentences. That's why I'm a big believer in that. Again, lights, camera, action, actor, acting, active. Act is the word, not speak, not dialogue. So great job, Jasmine. Great job, team that just
Thank
did
you.
this, Alex, and
Thank
third
you.
person that was just
Thank
involved
you.
off my screen now, but great job. Okay,
Thank
one
you.
more last one, and then we will wrap for today. This last one is an action movie. Who has not performed? If you have, don't raise your hand. If you have not, raise your hand. Dax, you have already. I thought, no? So we'll have Dax, who has not used the Fatima, we'll have you. I need two more people. Only people who have not. Audrey will have you. So Dax, let's have you be rival agent color. That's you, Dax, is rival agent color. Fatima, let's have you be Commander Rush. Audrey, let's have you be Techie Max. And Sasha, let's have you be Agent Vera. Okay, Christian, why don't you read Agent Vera? Okay, Christian?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Agent Vera. So let's talk about action movie, and then we're going to start really quick. Action movie. It's up to 120 minutes. It's sometimes shorter. Superheroes are high intensity style, fast pacing, dynamic movement. Okay, so high intensity. It's similar to a soap opera. They have a lot of energy. They have fast pacing, dynamic movement. You guys, they're superheroes. They move different than regular humans. It also means they bring the energy to the conversations, to the characters, and physicality and breath are crucial. So if you're doing an action movie, you guys, the number one tip I have for you is it's in your body. The action happens from your neck down. Of course, your facial expressions, but the movement happens from the neck down. So I want you to make sure you're doing stuff with your body. You're either fighting or ready to fight. You're standing nice and tall, or you're defeated and hurt, or you're on the run and keeping quiet in disguise. Whatever your action hero story is, or if you're playing the villain, there's something happening with the body. So remember your physicality. The next thing is going to be breath. Okay, breath. In a lot of action movies, they're running, they're jumping. You guys, it means that your breath should match the activity. So if in a scene you're running from someone and then you hear action and your first line is, hurry, get out, maybe you're out of breath when you say it. Like, hurry, get out. And you need to like fake it. Okay. Now, in my opinion, if you have a film like that, the best thing to do is some jumping jacks off camera, some push-ups, run in place, whatever you need to do to get in your breath. But part of acting is also adding, some of that special sauce that you have. So make sure your breath is reflecting the action moment. Okay. If the villain is approaching and you have to keep quiet, that your breath is shallow and quiet. If you're in the middle of a big action sequence, you're taking big, deep breaths if you're fighting vividly, and you guys, action movies can also be, there's action fantasy, like Harry Potter films have action in them, but they're fantasy, for example. Then you have an action film that's, classic action, which is like Mission Impossible. And then you have the action comedies, which are things like Bridesmaids, okay, is an action comedy. All right, for example. Okay, so let's dive into action. The last thing is there's strong power dynamics between characters. One holds an upper hand. So they're fighting for who has more power. It's similar to soap operas in some ways, but different because it's more physical than a soap opera, and there's more happening physically. So let's go ahead and go to the script. If I assigned you a part to read, get ready to read. We are Code Blaze. We're an underground corridor near the blast door. We start with Agent Vera in 3, 2, 1.
Tell me that the door closing, Matt.
Trying. They hacked the system. Again.
Then we go analog. Vera, with me. Max, lock us out if we're not back in 5.
You've got 90 seconds. After that, it all goes dark.
Surprise.
Okay, hold. All right. So let's just pause for a second. So here, after that, it all goes dark. They rush to the corridor. There's a grenade. So I want everyone to react to the grenade. the character of Vera, I want you to go, oh, and like cover, the grenade's there. The other two characters are not in the same building, but you have surveillance on what's happening. So I need you to react when you see the grenade. A hand to your mouth. You touch your head, you can't believe it. Something, okay? And then Keller, you come out. Surprise! You're the villain. Have fun with that surprise. They dive for cover. Boom! Smoke clears. They rise. Still full of cheap tricks. Okay, and we'll go from there. That's fine. So I want you to make sure that that action moment tosses a grenade. Boom, there's smoke. Even if this is a read, even if you do it as an audition, you can't skip the action in an action movie. If the grenade gets tossed, oh, it's seeing you react to it. Ha ha ha. It blows up, taking cover. I want you to do all that right now on camera. Part of this is the physicality. That's what makes it different. In a drama, there's not as much action happening. Characters aren't running as much. Characters aren't hanging from buildings or escaping villains. That's the physical element of action. So we need to react to the active elements around us, like this grenade in this scene. Next, in the beginning, Vera, I need to hear that line nice and loud. Tell me that blast door is closing, Max. Trying, they hack the system again. Then we go analog. You guys, much faster. You're trying to escape. Someone's right behind you. Again, I said it before. It's similar to soap opera. We have to pick up the pace a little bit. So from the very beginning, pick up the pace. Life or death. If they catch you, it's over. I need to hear panic in everyone's voice. 3, 2, 1.
Tell me that blast door closing, Max.
Trying. They hacked the system. Again.
Then we go analog. Vera, with me. Max, lock us out if we're not back in 5 seconds.
You got 90 seconds. After that, it all goes dark.
Surprise!
I'm still full of cheap tries.
And you're still a step behind. Sorry, came in late. Sorry.
Keep going.
Vera, reinforcements incoming. You need to move now.
I can't see the screen. Sorry, Rush. My dialogue. We hold the line, or they take everything.
Then we don't blame.
Okay, guys, nice work. Good job, team. Nice work, action. So again, the bottom line of action, the pace has to be picked up. If you can't see the screen, you're here for an acting class. I dropped the file in the chat in the beginning. You guys need to download and have your lines. This is very typical of an acting class. You need to be able to pull it up on your own screen. So be ready to take your moment. Be ready to get on camera and share. But yes, you guys, the essence of an action film is exactly that. It has to happen quicker. It's life or death. Soap opera, what makes it soapy, like cheesy, is that they're acting like it's life or death, but sometimes they're just fighting over a boyfriend. It's silly. But in an action film, they're acting like it's life or death, and it's not soapy. It's rather serious. It's an action drama because they might get killed. If these characters don't get away from Keller, Keller's going to get them. Keller threw a grenade at them already and has been chasing them. So it has to be quicker, okay? Again, it doesn't mean you say your lines so fast we don't understand what you're saying, but it means as if it was real life, you would speak much faster, okay? You would not wait, because if you waited, you would be dead. Okay, especially in an action film, they would catch you, they will kill you. So we have to pick up the pace. All right. Round of applause for everyone. Round of applause. You guys, listen, I know it's not easy doing this, let alone on Zoom. Zoom makes it rather hard for an acting class that's supposed to be in person. But I hope you look at the list I gave you with the different techniques for each genre. When Jeremy or Gerard, agents you might be working with, as well as your managers or yourself, have an audition, think about the timing of it. Think whether it's slow or fast. Ask yourself if you're doing something between the periods. Remember, lights, camera, action. You're acting. It's not about just what you're saying. It's about how you're saying it and what you're doing around it. Okay? Thank you so much for having me, Jeremy. And thank you guys for being great students and actors today.
We appreciate it. A round of snaps for you. Thank you for joining us on Saturday.
It's my pleasure. All right, if you visit my site, I have a lot of cool stuff there you can check out. I have a blog with tons of free stuff as well for actors. But thank you guys. Thank you again, Jeremy.
Of
I'll
course.
see you all later, okay?